Hello everybody and welcome to round 3 of the 2020 Played Against Sports Jonesboro Open presented by Prodigy Discs FPO Chase Card. This is a Disc Golf Pro Tour event and we are at the Disc Side of Heaven Championship course in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Our chase card here is going to feature Emily Beach, Vanessa Van Dyken, Missy Gannon, and Krissie Fountain. It's a good group. We have seen these girls over the last couple rounds, and several of the girls have been on tour for many years. But here we are, hole 1, 380 foot. As I've stated in some of the past videos, one of the big things with this course is the rolling elevation and also the wind, big mature trees, and big shots. But especially with hole 1 here, it's a little nerve-wracking. With Vanessa, as you can see, she kind of hyzered that out a little bit early after Emily had a really good shot. And Missy's also going to follow that up with a really good shot as well. Great shot by Krissie. There is a lot of open space on this course, but when you do get into the woods, as you can see here with Vanessa, it can be pretty thick, but she handles it like a champ, gets it up and down and puts it right next to the basket. Missy Gannon with a low putt, and Emily with a perfect putt. On the board with a birdie, -1. Very nice. Emily with the solo birdie, -1. Vanessa, Missy, and Krissie all with an even. Here we are, hole 2, par 4, 605 feet. There's OB way to the left beyond the fence line. Most of the girls are going to play the right side route though, which is the safer route. It's also the more natural righty hyzer route. Seems to be a little bit more direct. There is the left route, but the only person I saw personally taking this over the weekend was Ellen Whitboom, who definitely played that left route just fine. Again, those rolling hills I was talking about with those low trees. Beautiful right-handed hyzer shots. And on a rope, dead straight at the basket. Emily with the long putt, giving it a chance. But here as we walk forward, you can see all the discs on the ground, and that's how close all those girls got from pretty far back. Missy with the birdie. Emily's going to walk away with the par. We get a couple more birdies, a couple more threes on this par 4 to put the entire card to 1 under. Here we are, hole 3, 310 foot shot. Pretty straightforward, the valley. It is OB to the left. There is a fence line. And as you see, Vanessa trying to go big, pulls it a little bit wide or turns it over just a hair too much. Missy with the right line, just a little bit low. Put herself right inside circle 2. And Emily with the big pull, but she's going to hyzer and fade out a little too fast and right inside circle 2. Oh, about a 50-foot putt, and it just so close, just right side chains. And that one is just a hair short, just the very top of the face mask, so close. But Vanessa says, I got this. Birdie, birdie. Everybody else is going to tap out for the par. Vanessa with the solo birdie 2. So -1, -2, -1, -1. Hole 4, par 4, 630 feet. There is some OB trees to the right, and the whole left side is OB. The left side definitely comes into play a little bit easier than the right-sided trees. They're there if you really grip lock or pull off to the right. But for most right-handed players, that tree line or the fence line along the left is what's going to become a factor. These girls know what they are doing. Emily with the straight line, just a little bit high. Saws that one off a little bit early. We lose it in the video here, but she goes up quite a ways. And Missy with the crush, a little bit wide right. Looks like that's going to put her around the circle 2 mark. Still a big throw from where she was at. Vanessa with the crush. It's the first time I'd gotten a chance to film or really see Vanessa play. She's got an arm. I don't know that I've really had heard too much about her beforehand as far as being a big arm thrower. And bam! Big putt by Krissie. Birdie, birdie. Another great putt by Missy. I got Missy and Krissie, trying not to get those names confused. On Vanessa spits out the left and somehow rolls to the right. That's a very odd roll. But she is in. She's going to take her par. And as I was saying, I hadn't really heard a lot about her as far as being a big arm. Maybe that's a known thing on the tour, but I had not seen it. 2 birdies, 2 pars on hole 4. Hole 5, par 3, 345 feet. All OB along the right with an OB little stream between the basket and the fairway. So, but anyways, she was, I was very impressed with her distance. I just didn't know her in that sense. But now I'm glad I do. Krissie with the hyzer, and it is going to go out of bounds. Very smart layups by these ladies. This hole is a fairly easy hole. It is a hole you can try to go aggressive and play around the OB or over the OB and go over the top to try to go for the 2. If you play it safe and just kind of lay up, for the most part, it should be a pretty easy routine 3. You definitely have the chance where you're going to putt high and hit the band, which is going to cause you a bogey. But the average of the hole is just right around 3. So 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, -1, -1, -2, -1. Our entire field is still under par as we go into hole 6, par 3, 315. This is the island hole. All that water is out of bounds, and all those all those signs in the background that are in a half moon circle beyond those are out of bounds. And a great shot right up against the OB line, but she is in bounds. Emily's at Park City. Vanessa's park. Don't forget your valet ticket. And a great drive by Emily. Sorry I didn't have any more park metaphors to share with you guys. Missy with the huge birdie putt. Krissie with the huge putt too for birdie, getting a little bit of redemption. She missed one yesterday, about half that distance, just not enough grip. So she's very happy to get that. And we got a Starbird frame on hole 6. That is always good to see. A couple -2s and -3 and -2. We're on hole 7, par 4, 545 feet. Missy pulling that a little bit wide, but she's going to be wide open for her second shot. Emily's going to be right over there with Missy. Little nose up, a little high, but it's going to put her in a perfect position, be centered right toward the basket. And Krissie with the picture perfect sidearm right into the middle of the fairway. See the basket there to the right. As Vanessa with the turnover, puts it right into the gap. She is definitely going to have a putt for a birdie 3. This hole is very well protected though. If you go in a little bit high, it's going to block it. If you don't go deep enough, well, obviously, if you don't go deep enough, you're still going to be short. And there is a fence line along the right there where you just saw Emily kick over to. And Missy is also going to be very close to that fence line. You can see that fence post right in front of Emily. She had to putt over it and still hits the front of the face mask, front of the cage. Great view there by Missy, and she gets the birdie putt. That's a huge putt as well. Good 3 on this par 4. And just a little bit low for Krissie. Bam! Birdie putt. Couple birdies, couple pars, -2, -3, -4, -2. Look at all those negatives. Love to see it. Hole 8, par 3, 324 feet. Missy's going to turn that over a little bit. Going to have a little bit of trouble keeping up with that one with the camera. And the single camera view. I'm playing the catch cam on this shot. Vanessa with a huge shot, but it's going to fade out right at my feet. And Emily, for the second day in a row, is going to land right at the base of the basket. Yesterday, she actually hit the metal sign that goes underneath the basket for those elevated baskets. Big sidearm by Krissie, but it's going to fade out and once again come right at my feet. I don't know if I was standing in a good position there or not. And that was an unfortunate roll right there. Great upshot. It's going to cause her to roll downhill to it looks like about 45 to 50 feet away. Nasty. She putted that so quick, Krissie did. I didn't even get a chance to hardly catch it on the video. Emily with the solo birdie. I don't know what she did in the first round, but definitely round 2, round 3. She's got that hole dialed in. So Krissie with the bogey and Vanessa's with the par. That's hole 8. Let's go into hole 9. -3, -3, -4, and a -1. Still a lot of negatives. Hole 9, par 5, 715 feet. Emily pulls that over onto the right, it's going to hit those trees and drop down. And boom! Right into the middle, right where you want to be. And Vanessa's like, let's be boom sisters. And Krissie wants to join that party with the Boomtown, and right there in the middle. All three of those girls are within just a couple feet of each other. Beautiful lefty turnover. It's going to put her up right near the basket. Missy left that sidearm a little bit short. She's going to be underneath some trees for her next shot. Hopefully she still has a putt. It was actually pretty funny just about this time when everybody was getting ready to putt. They were crowning the FPO champion. So all of a sudden it got really loud. We're only a couple hundred feet from the end of hole 18, and birdie putt there by Emily. So it just got real loud with the roar of putting and the congratulations of the winner. Another birdie by Vanessa. Missy's going to take her par. And Krissie's going to get her birdie as well. That is our front nine. -4, -4, -4, -2. It's a lot of negatives. Thank you for watching the front nine. Like, share, subscribe. You're watching the Play It Again Sports Jonesboro Open presented by Prodigy. And we will see you on the back nine here shortly.